Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 38 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, after struggling with the freaking samurai spear because we had to show an autograph instead of why Larry had a sword with him instead of the spear, we basically, well, we did some more talking. We ran to Olbag again, Edgeworth had a knipsum, and we are going to talk to Olbag some more because, well, a lady's undershirt was found in the fireplace, and Edgeworth hasn't suffered enough in this world. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Edgy Poo, what's the meaning of this? Why'd you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like. Thanks, but no thanks. The shirt was found here at the crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what's doing here? I know nothing, I tell you. What? Oh, admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room? Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. It's always the fault. You guys listen, like I was missing. Speaking of missing, there's a husband. When we got married, I guess I'm stuck with you. What was that supposed to mean? You know, what's my deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days. Well, I don't believe she is lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she was really drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. I assume the samurai dog was also yours. That brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. Okay, logic. Okay, logic boot. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of the facts, is it not? Sorry, I have to cough. Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There's testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace next to this room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? I see. So what you are proposing is this. That smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Olbag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Precisely. Okay, good. The lady's undershirt that Missa found. Ah! Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, we are several games away from this. We are about 7 years away from that in our timeline. Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return to her already. I don't want to see the owner! You're all wrong, this is evidence! And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This is the lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the backside of this fireplace is in order. There's an X on the back of the wall of this fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. What the? The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to its neighboring room. The neighboring room, sorry. There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there's nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. I'm sorry if I get the voices mixed up. It's just I need to see the sprites so I can see who's talking at a given time. We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms, but how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Masked 2's killer now, are you? I so want to, Francisca. I want to see that woman go to jail forever! No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip, so she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the Masked 2's murder. And we have the... Oh, yeah, one piece of logic. One piece of logic. Samurai dogs. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course I'm forever yours, Edgy Wedgy Poo. Oh, dear God, she's upgrading me! Her gumshoe! Francisca, someone! Larry, I'll even take you! Defend me! Defend your friend, Larry! Use the samurai spear! Ward her off! If you could just stick to what I'm asked you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbag? No! You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyways, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into a pushcart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't you just ignore me and my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me? About that, see, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, by preparation, you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, the tapes were probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I decided to help myself to have a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... what is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all from me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Complete. Thank you. Refill my bar. Pretty please. Ugh, thank God. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a common advance there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any arguments you may have. Very well then, if you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good, I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie? I know that there's still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it that you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already. That's how it's gonna be. Go on, Larry. Here's the news. You can join Adrian Andrews. I'll confess to every murder in this whole world and then kill myself. Throw everything into mass confusion. You alright? Do the latter part of that, Larry. You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of hot air brain trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy. Although allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. All right, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened? What didn't happen? The works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did on the roof tonight. Just that Larry's right. Up on the rooftop. After the show, I left the pushcart in the Rose Garden and came to the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. And that's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. But it's kind of ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Hecky, man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out yourself from me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intent to do, for I am not about to waste time on such a trifling matter. Okay.
Hold it.
You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. Come to think of it, I recall seeing the pink princess on my way into the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing in particular, because she was being carried off by some dogs on a stretcher. She must have been incapacitated by the pain in her bad hip that she suffered during the show. So, I came into the embassy, right? And then...
Hold it.
Okay. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alaras, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed, I apologize for this his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. What's with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let go and move on. Alright already. You don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy. Darn you, Larry, and your long holdouts.
Hold it.
Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know! I get it! I'm totally the bad guy again! I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Lang Z says, true friends are bosom friends. Really? Really? Are you sure you're not just looking at a blank sheet of paper and just whatever comes in your mind just comes out, Lang? If you are in trouble, call on your bosom friend, whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy! I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Damn it, Lang! Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you, Larry? Now then, you were wandering around the inside of the embassy, and then what happened?
Hold it.
I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic kind. A romantic chimney? Larry, please tell me that's not slang for some poor prostitute. I saw a prostitute on the roof, Edgy. She looked really thick in the hips, you know. Like Borginian hot. Amen to that, brother. Was she like a Borginian, or was she like really wide? She got junk in the trunk. She like garbage truck. She go and pick up trash on the Wednesdays, and she slams it in her booty cheeks. Oh my gosh. It may sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. And I just had a really good feeling about that chimney. Ho ho ho, I'm gonna give a girl a gift in her stocking. You suddenly want to play Santa. Oh, well actually I dressed up as Santa once before already. That's that Gore Lake. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history, a perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, if it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Unless I feel like making it a felony. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Actually, it's worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal. Raise the objection. Actually, I believe in this case of this man playing Santa is quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean. Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the glow of love. That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard. But it has burned 360 no scope. Oh! Yeah. But a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that. In that case, the person you wish to deliver a present to was most certainly this. Poliano! Quercus Alba! Master to Mask 2! Yes, it's basically old bag. Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I don't want that old bag! I totally didn't want to see Miss Old Bag so much that I'd try to go down a chimney! Ow! I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady! That's no lady, Francisca! Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. Basically, standing request.
Take that.
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. After all, she has a vagina and a pulse. That's all Larry needs. But that's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I told you! Seriously, that sounds like an ultimate weapon of sorts, the sexy beam. That sounds like something Kokichi would unleash. Yes! I have found it! Prepare to miss my sexy beam! Go, sexy beam! Destroy them like the weekend! I have put the sexy beam on the weekend. This is so glorious! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiot, cowardly apparition of a man! You haven't matured at all since we last met! Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much of it has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. Hey, Edgy, looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Langsy says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I listen. Yes, Lang, because you follow that philosophy to a T, what with arresting everyone you see. Right at the Sex Museum. Alright, now get ready to listen to me defeat you in a battle of wits. Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Larry's assertion. So you think all I wanted to do was visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it off, I began suspecting murder. That's what you really meant. Well, why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey, someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this? Not as a confession, but as a testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So it was you. You're my stalker. I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's only focused on one man, and as long as Edgy Poo's alive, I just can't drive him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although earlier I was just a team where what my love deal with the odds it goes. I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps that was just my imagination. Yes, Edgeworth gets to join the possibility of Edgeworth getting the Oldback curse, which essentially any guy that Oldback falls in love with just dies. They get gruesomely murdered. And then Shelly to kill Edgeworth later that night hears a knock on his office door. He hears, "Who is coming to my office this late? Damn it, gumshoe! I'm not raising your pay. I don't care if you're cold and that you feel sleepy and faint and lightheaded. You're not getting an increase in pay." And then Edgeworth opens the door and then Shelly, "Hello, Mr. Edgeworth." "No, not you!" Psh! And then Shelly just blasts Edgeworth in the face with a gun. "Well, that was easy." Lays the calling guard down. "I've been working on the railroad all the doo-da-day." "I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point." "What do you mean? Of course you still have something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy." "Proof, you say? Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?" "You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. But I understand your point." "Yeah, see, I'm totally a pro at this now." Though, speaking of which, I would look... Too bad just carry on. They didn't bring Larry back in Apollo Justice. That would have been grand. Kristoff versus Larry. The clash of titans. Literally. Just Kristoff's eyes are slowly growing. He just raises his fist. Just that telekinetic power he has just causing everything to float. With every idiotic statement. "Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the vast piece of evidence you will ever want to see." "Can I please just show it?" "I'm going to press everything, though." "Well, I have been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?" "You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy." "Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect." "I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it badly, I can introduce you to." But that's... Don't stop flooding my lines! But it's no good, not good to keep them waiting. My subordinate, hurry up and show them already. Lies! All lies, Edgy! Well, if you wish to lie, then I all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice. You won't get the better of me! Now, let's see! I want to see this one. Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick? You bet! It was so thick, I had tears pouring out my eyes! It was a mess! I see. You do realize that you've just confirmed for us your chimney escapade. What? That's totally unfair! You tricked me, Edgy! Hardly. You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique. Well, what I just said was just a slip of the... No! I just said the wrong thing. Besides, isn't that what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? Okay. Letter from a stalker. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me? When windy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? I have no idea what you're talking about! I don't remember a thing! You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. Yes.
Take that.
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English. You wrote Mindy so slowly that it became windy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing. There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching? Well, that will have to wait until we're off the crime scene. Eek, Edgy, save me from the scary man! Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me! Come again? It was a fake! Someone got to get me, so they made that fake letter! To set me up! Accept your defeat graciously! But you guys are being so mean! Penmanship analysis! What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it is that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life!
Hold it!
It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. The autograph of shame! This autograph of shame in our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure! I'm sorry! I did it! It was me causing trouble again! I admit it! You hit the nail right in the head! Edgy! So he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in the stretcher, and I got worried, right? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bus, Edgy! Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overactive imagination! Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and tucked it under her door. That's why she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an act of failure at conveying such sentiments. I'm really sorry. Ugh. My tongue's getting sore. Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Edgy, you're... Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you! Ow! In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butt sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor! Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. I say the same thing every day. But the suspicion of that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? How? Hey, wait! Edgy, what does this wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He means that the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget that there are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head? That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. The blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Eek! Edgy, that guy! He looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me! I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. How, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can't easily point out the contradiction in this supposed murder weapon, but the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble, but this is one game I can't afford to lose. More Lang! Why, Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damask 2. Besides him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butson, here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go off on, don't you? If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality too well. However, Agent Lake knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Okay, let's try to get through this testimony, and then we will basically end this. Okay, let's start pressing. So you were the first to discover the body this time. This time? What's that supposed to mean? You'd better watch what you say. I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body of Mabille. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder for that. Ha! So you're going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out that usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. But in the Babylese case, there was proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is. Okay.
Hold it.
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up this into blood? What are you, an otaku? What are you, Simon Blackwell? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let slip by. Okay. However, we have the samurai spear, which was hollow. So,
Objection.
hollow weapon for the win. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear, right? We used those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. So what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? We'll get to that next episode. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode review. If you come back next one, if you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.